So let's talk about something I'm sure a lot of you have run into. You're at a flea market, maybe an antique shop, or you're going through a box from your grandmother, and you open it up, and wow, you find this absolutely beautiful, heavy, ornate set of silverware. It just feels like it has history, you know? But then that little question pops into your head. Is this actually safe to eat with?
And that really is the million-dollar question, isn't it? Well, in this explainer, we're going to cut right through all that confusion. We'll give you a super clear, practical guide so you can look at those beautiful pieces and know exactly what to do. So, let's figure out if that gorgeous fork is ready for dinner tonight.
And here's the quick answer right up front. Yes, most of the time it's totally safe to use. But you see that little catch at the end? When you know what you're dealing with? That's the key. The rest of this guide is all about making sure you know exactly what that means.
Okay, so where do we even start? Well, the very first thing you've got to do is figure out what you're actually holding, because most vintage silverware is going to fall into one of two big categories. It's either sterling silver or it's silver plate. And trust me, knowing the difference between the two is everything.
So let's put these two side by side. On one hand, you've got sterling silver, and on the other, silver plate. The main difference really boils down to something pretty simple. Sterling is a solid silver alloy. It's silver all the way through. Silver plate, though, is a different story. It's another metal underneath, what we call a base metal, that just has a super thin coating of silver on the outside. One is solid, the other is just coated.
The easiest way to tell is to play detective and look for markings. Flip it over, get some good light, and look closely. If you see the word sterling or the number 925 stamped on there, hey, congratulations, you've got the real deal. That means it's a solid alloy of 92.5% pure silver, which is stable and, for our purposes, generally safe for food.
All right, now let's talk about the other big category, silver plate. For these pieces, you're looking for different marks, like EPNS, which stands for electroplated nickel silver, or maybe just EP, or even the word plate. Just remember, this is that base metal with a thin silver layer on top. The safety issue here isn't really the silver itself, it's about what could be hiding underneath if that layer starts to wear off.
And that is the perfect lead-in to our next section, which honestly is the most important part of this whole thing. We're talking about how to spot the danger signs. This is all about training your eye to see when a piece has crossed that line from being safe to, well, something you probably don't want to eat with.
So let's get right to it. The number one, absolute biggest safety issue with any silver-plated silverware is when that thin silver coating gets worn away and the base metal underneath starts showing through. This is the main thing we need to learn how to see.
So what does this actually look like? Well, first, look for something called brassing. It's a warm, yellowish color peeking through the silver. You'll usually see it on the spots that get the most use, like the back of a spoon or the tips of a fork. You might also see coppery or even pinkish colors. Any greenish corrosion is another huge red flag, and so is any pitting or actual flaking on the surface.
And this quote just sums it up perfectly. The second you see any of those things, the yellow brassing, the green spots, the flaky bits, that's your sign. That piece has just had a career change. It's officially in the use for decor, not for dinner category.
Now, there's one more little warning I want to throw in here, and it's especially for things like plated serving bowls or pitchers. You really want to be careful about leaving highly acidic foods in them for a long time. You know, things like tomato sauce, a lemon vinaigrette, stuff like that. Serving it for a few minutes is one thing, but letting it sit for hours, that's a different game.
Okay, so we know how to tell what our pieces are, and we know what warning signs to look for. So now what do we do with them? Let's build on that with a simple guide to using and caring for each type, so you can keep them safe and beautiful.
For sterling silver, the good news is it's super easy. The best way to care for it is just to hand wash it with a gentle soap and warm water. And here's the pro tip, dry it immediately with a soft cloth to stop water spots from forming. Other than that, go ahead and use it like you would any other flatware. The one big no-no, keep it far, far away from the dishwasher. The harsh soap and high heat are just brutal on it.
Now with silver plate, we need to be a little more careful. Step one, every single time, is to give it a quick inspection. Is that plating still looking good and solid? Awesome. It's probably best to use it for foods that aren't super acidic. And just like sterling, you'll want to hand wash and dry it right away. And of course, the golden rule. The moment you see that wear and tear, it's time to retire it from food duty.
Okay, but what if you don't want to eat with it? What about just for decoration or maybe making jewelry? Well, for decor, Pretty much anything goes. Just, don't use a questionable piece to store food long-term. And if you're thinking about turning a piece into jewelry, the main concern is skin sensitivity. Some of those base metals, especially nickel, can cause a nasty rash if you're sensitive to them.
All right, we've covered a lot of ground, so let's wrap all this information up into a neat little package for you. This last section is your go-to safety checklist, a quick reference so you can make smart, confident decisions without having to second-guess yourself.
And here it is. Think of this as your ultimate cheat sheet. This table breaks it all down. You can see what's best for everyday eating, what to be careful with when it comes to acidic foods, and so on. For sterling, you've got a lot of green lights. For silver plate, it all depends on that plating's condition. And if you have a piece and you just have no idea what it is, the best advice is to play it safe.
So, if you only take away 3 things from all this, let it be these. Number 1, sterling silver is pretty much your simplest, safest yes for eating. Number 2, for silver plate, the condition of that plating is the one thing that decides if it's for dinner or just for decoration. And number 3, if you're gonna wear it, just be mindful of skin sensitivity from any exposed metals.
When you really think about it, this is all about changing our perspective. Vintage silverware isn't automatically dangerous. Not at all. It's just a material with a backstory. And once you learn how to read that story, how to identify the piece and inspect its condition, you can enjoy it with total peace of mind.
So I'll leave you with this thought. Now that you have the knowledge to tell the difference between the workhorses and the showpieces, what incredible, forgotten treasures are you going to bring back to life? What family stories are going to get a whole new chapter at your dinner table? Thanks for joining me on this one.